As of earlier this year, my childhood has officially concluded. Nothing feels the same anymore as it used to, and nothing ever will. Wait, no, I don't need a... Oh, wait, no, I'm actually going to Bob Shack. I don't need any other vehicle, actually, as a matter of fact. Also, I do apologize for breaking my promise and not uploading a video yesterday. Well, no, actually, originally I said I was going to upload 2 videos on Thanksgiving. The only reason why I did not is because unexpected things came up, unexpected things in my personal life. But I'm still here to deliver a 3rd video before these items go off the shelves. In fact, actually, I will probably end up recording more than just this 3rd video, because I kind of like, well, not kind of, I like these items. I can't deny that I like these items. Now, unfortunately, these items aren't as good as they used to be to me. One of the factors is that stocking up on them is one of the parts of my childhood that completely has ended and will never come back. I'll talk more about that later this video, but first, I'd like to talk about these items. This is the bag of croissants. All right, cost $2,200, Bon Appetit. So this works exactly like a candy bag, or more so think of it like a sack of bread, because that's what this is more similar to. The color of the box is pretty much the same color as the sack of bread's color box. And when you open it, it's a tall bag like this. The sack was just a littler sack, but, you know, same color-ish. Not a big, colorful candy bag for Halloween, just something like this. And then, well, I got 1 croissant there. And then here, only 1 croissant. Does only 1 come with these? Okay, I got 2 there. So it might be randomized or something like that.
Subscribe to JB dragmotoxboss for millions of IQ. Also be sure to join my Discord server, JB's Palace.
I am not sure if croissants bake in the volcano either. I would assume yes. Because doesn't bread bake in the volcano? I'm not even entirely sure. But honestly, I just assume it does, because I think I remember seeing how... I think I remember on other people's bases seeing toasted bread, and most items like this, like pies, bread, stuff like that, can be cooked. Apparently the pumpkins that released this year can cook in the volcano. The game likes to allow a lot of these items to be cooked, which is quite interesting. It gives the game just a little extra mini feature, not necessarily beneficial to you progressing in the game, but just something as a fun decorative thing, because this game is mostly about decoration and building and stuff like that. So it's just a little feature that's very nice for decorators, builders, and just stock up season in general, how every single year different items get added, that there are just more and more food items. Like there's bread now, there's croissants, there's of course candy bars, there's a bunch of them, there's probably like 50 at this point. There's a bunch of rare candy bars as well. There's even decorational items like plates, silverware, only the spork to my knowledge, but at least it does both the spoon and the fork feature. And I don't think the spork in Lumber Tycoon 2 actually has a knife on the bottom. I don't remember it having a knife extension on the bottom. It should, but it doesn't. A proper spork has a knife extension on the bottom, but that's just what it is. There's also Burger Cola. There's a cornucopia to store a bunch of foods in there. There's pies. There's a lot of stuff. There's turkeys. There's even some ham for Christmas. Did you know that there will be people who actually have turkey for Christmas dinner as well? At first, I thought that was so strange, because I never really thought of turkey being an option for Christmas dinner. I only ever thought of it being an option for Thanksgiving dinner, and I guess a random occasion too, of course, like the lunch turkey meat and stuff like that. But I always thought of Christmas dinner consisting of ham, salami, or fish. I know on Christmas Eve I'll eat a bunch of different fish and a bunch of different hams and stuff like that, which is very tasty. My grandparents will make that food for me on Christmas Eve, and I enjoy it a lot. Well, and not just me, my whole family as well. Now, my childhood consists of many different stages and many different obsessions. My brain has ADHD, so what will happen is I will get overly fixated on a game and play it for a long time and then move on to another. Most people will have interest in many video games, but it is very difficult for me to get interest in a video game. But there are a few that I have gained enough of a liking to, such as back in the later part of the 2010 decade, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. And also in that time era, but for a shorter amount of time. But I actually do play this game. I did play this game a bunch this year as well. Super Mario Maker 2. Then there's Minecraft, but I need to play a modded version because the normal survival version, of course, I've already gotten bored of. Lumber Tycoon 2, the interest has waned down by a lot. I'm still here recording right now, but I don't play this game a lot too much anymore. And many other games. When I was younger, I used to play, you're gonna find this a little crazy, but I played a video game that's not even like, well, sandbox, I should say. Lumber Tycoon 2 and Minecraft are sandbox video games. So is Super Mario Maker 2. Well, actually, I don't know the exact definition of sandbox, but what I mean is Super Mario Maker 2, Minecraft, and Lumber Tycoon 2, you can all make whatever you want in them. And that's the common theme of what I like to find in a video game. New Super Mario Bros. Wii is a game, and it doesn't even have online multiplayer. I know Garden Warfare 2 is not a sandbox game, but Garden Warfare 2 at least has online multiplayer, so I had a bunch of fun with that. But New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you just beat a bunch of levels, and then once you beat them all, you're done. And of course, there are fun challenges that you could play with people around the house, locally, of course. You could play coin battles, whoever collects the most coins wins, and just free-for-all in general. There's a mode called that. I'm not entirely sure if you could play online, but my Wii was never set up online, and because I have all these newer systems, like I have an Xbox now, I've had it, obviously, because I played Garden Warfare 2 in the later part of 2010, the later part of the 2010 decade, sorry, and I have a PC as well, of course. That's how I'm uploading to YouTube in, such a fancy style, because, of course, the videos wouldn't be fancy if I was recording from phone. So I never took time to get the internet on that nowadays. But the point I'm trying to make is that when I was younger, I used to get more obsessed with games that I can't really get obsessed with the same type of game as easily. I had more of a tolerance when I was younger. And it's absolutely insane to think of because I played those games for so long. Now, of course, there are other parts of my childhood that are nostalgic, like sleeping over at my grandparents' house, sleeping over at my other grandparents' house. Well, rest in peace to my grandfather on that side of the family. It's been almost 3 years since he passed. Going over Jake the Fox's house is another big thing that's a part of my childhood. I started doing that in October of 2020, and I went over his house many times, and I will hopefully go over his house in the near future. I did say that I was supposed to go over his house recently, but that ended up getting canceled. I could not find myself going over his house because I had plans obstructing the way. But in the near future, when I do I do get another chance to go over his house, I am not going to let anything obstruct that this time around. All right. Sleeping over Hugo and VR's house. That's also very nostalgic to me as well. And having him sleep over my house, hanging out with Hugo and VR and talking to him. Now, my current girlfriend, I butchered that so much. My girlfriend, Aya, I did start dating her after I got out of high school, I do consider the end of my childhood the moment I begun college in late August. So I don't really consider dating Aya as a part of my childhood. I consider that a part of, well, what's going on now in my life. And plus, dating is a more complex thing that's not really like a part of a childhood. Does that make sense? We are in a serious relationship. All of these things, I get different feelings and different nostalgic values out of them. For example, playing Minecraft on a single-player world in late 2020 into mostly early 2021, and I will admit this, during my online classes. I don't recommend you actually do that, but of course, when I was younger, I always wanted to play a game in the background and pay attention. So I suppose if you do ever do an online class and if you could pay enough attention and you could play a game in the background, I'm all for it. I'm not sure. I don't think the teachers would be, but I'm not trying to be a teacher when I'm older. So I don't really mind that too much. But I remember it being super cold outside as well. And that just tied into my world because my world's main building, the JB Drag Tower in that world, was in a snowy taiga. And I also liked gathering frostwood a lot in 2021, so a lot of just winter theme. In the summer of 2022, I remember I did a lot of live streams, many hours long. I did it up in a room where the sunlight came in easily. Sometimes I'd have to take a big break from the stream to go walk to a place to mow a lawn or mow the lawn at the place I'm living at right now. The sunlight and just like the warmer weather ties into that nostalgic childhood memory. Playing all these games gives me a different childhood memory, and that I'm never going to fully feel ever again. I would still feel childhood memories if I had as much time as I had last year. But I don't. And because of that, I'm constantly tired. And I do believe that there is not enough time to really... Well, not that I'm saying I do purposely don't want to form childhood memories. I'm saying there needs to be more time for new childhood memories to naturally form. And there's just not enough time in my life to do that because oftentimes I'm just exhausted from going places, doing things, stuff like that, studying. So unfortunately, I'm not really experiencing too many more childhood memories these days. Or perhaps I should just label them different if they do happen. Maybe early adulthood memories, because I'm not really a child anymore now, am I? I used to be this 14, 15-year-old kid who used to say all the time, I believe that I'm more mature for my age, and I do believe that I was more mature for my age. Do I believe that I'm more mature for my age right now? Maybe, but I definitely do believe that I was more mature for my age back when I was 14, 15 years old doing these videos. And now I'm 18 years old, I'm an adult already. And in the near future, we're looking at me turning 19 years old. Oh, I forgot. I gotta drive backwards of these things, don't I? So it has been a very fun experience growing up on this YouTube channel. Well, the later parts of my childhood. I also remember oftentimes I would always wish to get a girlfriend. And then finally in senior year, I mean, of course, I still wanted one, but I laid back a little. I didn't try nearly as hard. But now I really fully realize just don't go after getting a girlfriend when you're in high school. And I do have to admit, if there was a perfect relationship opportunity presented to me in senior year, I would take it, because finding a relationship is not the easiest thing you could do anymore. But it was nice that I was able to enjoy my single years where I did not have to worry about a relationship, where I could spend more time with my friends. So, of course, yes, I do like that I was single for most of my childhood, because I could learn about myself more. I could work on myself before I would, of course, allow someone else to deal with me now, my girlfriend. Now, I've formed myself into a more mature person. I figured myself out more, and now I could properly be in a relationship because I've learned over those years. There are often times that I am just walking around doing something, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I am starting to feel this childhood memory a little bit. And it especially comes back because I played a lot of Garden Warfare 2 this month. I don't really have interest in playing it anymore because, of course, it doesn't stick to me as well as it did back then. But I will revisit these games. Super Mario Maker 2 I've been revisiting a lot this year, actually. And I've been getting a lot of motivation to make a lot of, I'd say, well-thought of levels, at least a lot better than most of the levels that people uploaded to Super Mario Maker 2 these days, and any days. I am never going to experience just the full feeling anymore. I've come to accept I'm never going to experience that full childhood feeling anymore. And it sucks and it makes me sad a lot, but it's something that I'm going to very well have to get used to. I have to look at all the positives in my life, all the things that I'm grateful for, and that will be it.